Hello guys, Reverend Dr. Marie here. Hey, alright, I know it's been a while. I wanted to be with you too. I wanted to continue the talks that we used to do way back when. However, many of you who's been following, you already know the situation, so I had to take a break and take care of myself. So I am doing much better, and at least I can talk now, right? So it's limited, but it's better. I probably can't laugh as loud as I wish I could, as much as it could be fun to me and mine, but here we are. But I'm not really going to stay long. I wanted to touch base with you because I was able to get in touch with a couple of you, a few of you, and it appears that a lot of people, initially, I know we all were like uneasy about this. Is it real? Is it fake? We didn't know where to stand, and we all laughed at a time that we needed the laughter. And anyway, we're Caribbean African people. We always laugh. We always find a joke at everything, because in a way that is the way we have our resilience. You know, our resilience is all about being able to laugh, being able to survive whatever it is, regardless what is going on. But the reason I'm touching base with you today is because after my conversation, it seems like a lot of people were started to worry, and it's okay. I can totally understand that you're worried, because probably everybody's worried at this point. Everybody has some kind of a concern, especially if you were touched personally by this, if you have lost a family of your members, as so many of us did. Of course, you know, you definitely worry, because now when it reaches home, it makes you feel as though, hey, who's next? Am I next? Is he next? Is she next? You just don't know, you know. But worrying is not going to help you. I know this may come as a very challenging thing for some of you, but I just wanted to plead with you not to fall into the category of worrying. You can be concerned and you can worry for that minute, for that moment, but don't stay at a stage where you constantly worried what's coming next, what's going to happen. Oh my God, am I okay? Am I safe? You already know the order. The suggestion is to stay home. I say order because obviously this is where it's heading now. But, you know, you've been told for quite a while now, stay home. And I know sometimes for some people who are not used to spend time with themselves, it could be quite a bit challenging to stay home. And again, if you're single, you know, you have no one else with you, it can be even more challenging. But if you keep yourself busy, if you keep yourself active with different activities, with different things to do, and even if you can't go to your parents' house, to your friend's house, you can still FaceTime them. You can still talk on the phone with them. You can still talk with them on Messenger. But don't take yourself out there. Don't take children. I've seen people out there with children, and I say I've seen because I still go to the doctor, because I have certain things that I need to follow up on, that's not really an option at this time. And I am working with them, you know, we're talking and trying to figure out what's best for me at this time, and what other ways, certain things I've been able to find different ways to address them. However, because I'm a person I'm not a big fan of drugs, so you know, I had to do a lot of other things because I was trying to avoid certain things. So, you know, if you perhaps in my situation where you have to be there, just be sure to be careful, take good precautions, you know, cover your face, I know a lot of people used to be talking about hijab and stuff. Wait, that's it, right? I just feel like I just see something wrong. But anyway, there goes my days. See, I don't even need anybody's making me laugh. I can make myself laugh because yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I just don't want you guys to be like super worried, because once you start worrying and you worry too much, you can put yourself in a depression. You can put yourself in anxiety, and the fact that everybody's already inside, we're not getting any sunlight, we're not, some of us, I should say, are not able to communicate with other people, and for whatever reason, maybe some of the people, maybe you're new to the country, your people are overseas, and it could be expensive to keep in touch all the time. But I just want to say, find things to do. If you have to do some sit-ups, some push-ups, maybe you always wanted to learn yoga. There's a lot of places right now you can learn yoga for free. You can go on, EDX, you can go on Coursera, you can, I think Linda is through different schools. I don't think Linda is free, but you can go to, so many of them. I always post them all the time. Sometimes you can even find stuff on Udemy. It could be free or it could be pretty cheap, like $10. There are so many places that are offering free courses, maybe until like next month or something. Do something, take something, because before you know it, the time will be up, and you don't want the time to be up and then all you've accomplished was anxiety and depression, So keep yourself active, even if you're inside, if you just march. I do that because I have my Fitbit. So I just march if I have to, Maybe I can't go as fast anymore. I can't run or whatever, but, perhaps you might have an elliptical or a bike, that, I'm talking about sports-wise, that you can use. Just find something. Maybe you have one of these things, those stretchy things. Well, me, I had them before all this went about, but this is something, there's so many things you could do. Me, I love books too, so I have a lot of books that I try to go through, and just keep finding things to do. Spend time with your kids if you have children. Sit down with them, have conversations with them, ask more questions. Maybe the time they were in school, you couldn't even spend that time with them. You were always running to work and stuff. So maybe you could never really spend the time that you wanted. Binge watch Netflix for a weekend. It just so many things that you can really do. I know sometimes some people just, oh my God, I have to be inside. It's not that bad when you think about it. We are people that are the hardest working people in the state, in the country, or probably in the world, because this city is just never sleeping, right? So just find positive things to do. Maybe someone you haven't heard from, give them a call, find out if they're okay. Give them a word of encouragement, because sometimes you're not encouraged because you're not even trying to encourage other people. So maybe try to do that. Check on other people, make sure they're okay, especially people that are like alone, elderly, sick, people that were already sick even prior to that. Give them a call and see how they're doing. Call your parents, call your siblings. I don't know what to tell you. If all that you've already done them, start journaling. If you've already done that, maybe start writing poetry. If you've already done that, start working on your biography. What do you want me to tell you? Just try to do something. Go on YouTube, go find out how to make a pineapple upside down. There's so much that you can do. And, well, I'd encourage you to try to do the stuff that you can stay inside. I don't know if you have enough food, water that you've already collected prior to, or just about the time of this thing. But do the best. Use your food graciously. Don't waste your food. Don't, overeat because you're home. Don't try to eat every 5 minutes. Don't go buy cookies and having too much alcohol, too much beers, because that's going to cause you to have a big belly and other issues that you don't want. So try to maintain some good habits. Try to maintain some positive habits. And if you can't go, because I know now the library is closed, I'm assuming that bookstores are probably closed, you can go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and find some audio books to listen to. So, try your best to not let this thing lead your life. Don't let it take over your life. Don't let the circumstances impact the decision you make in the sense of negatively. Protect yourself no matter what. Even if you did something small, even if you just unlocked the door for the mailman who just knocked for an order that you placed and they brought it to you, even if you just opened the door, wash your hands, because at some point when you entered the house and locked it, your hands were not clean. So it's just the little things that can keep us safe. It's just the little things that we oversee, that we overlook sometimes, we think that are not big deal. When you're going into your car, maybe take a wipe with you, or take some Clorox, spray some Clorox in a paper towel and wipe the handle of your car before you open the door. Don't just open the car, because you don't know if somebody was not miserable last night and came and did something. You just never know. And it doesn't even mean miserable. Sometimes someone could be at the parking lot, they didn't even know they had it, and they could have missed a step, and then their hand touched your car, the handle of your car, and next thing you know, now you're touching it, and you didn't even know somebody who was in fact infected touched it, and now you touched it, and there you go. So what it is just it's just something that's very tricky. It's very tricky on the way that it works. So it's like, it's up to you to survive it. It's up to you to do what you need to survive. Don't let it take over your life. I mean, that's all. I just want to say that like 1,000 times if I could. Don't let it take over your life. There's so much more that you can do. Listen, clean your house, because we all need to do some extra cleaning, some extra folding, some extra something. Get rid of clothes that you haven't been using, and stuff like that, just so you could keep busy, because you don't want to be in a situation where you falling into a depression, and now that's going to be something else for you to address, for you to talk about, for you to deal with. So you already have enough in your plate, I would assume, right now, even if you're not impacted, but we have first responders, we have a lot of people, the essentials that are out there. And every day we're seeing videos, and we're just like, oh my God, it breaks my heart. When you wear a mask, I've seen someone, I didn't bring a mask with me, but I guess maybe another time I can demonstrate what some people do sometime when they wear a mask. I don't really have something, but however, you know how a mask is. And I've seen people, when they're talking, they would do that. They would stick their thumb inside of the mask and pull it so they can talk, and then they drop it back. But guess what? Your hands were dirty. You're in a store, you're touching things. You're at the doctor's office, you touching doors, you're touching elevator, you're touching like things. Because you see, I'm talking, and still, because it's like these things, because I wear glasses, so it's like it's constantly like, pushing